we're going to get stuck straight into it. So
once again, welcome everybody. We
Yep.
got the recording happening. We're Bart and Melissa Kotter, and we're really excited to share some great stuff with you today.
Let me run through an agenda because today's theme for our leadership webinar is Duplicate for Long-Term Success. So as always, we're going to first up cover recognition with rank advancements and special recognition from the Gold Coast events in Australia. And then Bart's going to interview Ambassador Double Diamonds, Tammi and Chuck Gates, whom he's known for over 20 years now.
Yeah, about 23 years.
Yeah, a long time. And then many of you saw Larry Macfarlane on stage on the Gold Coast at the Envision and Peak Performance training events. So we are very blessed and honoured to have Larry joining us today. He's going to cover some information on JEANIE. It's beneficial for those of you who haven't started using JEANIE yet, and also very beneficial for those of you who are using JEANIE. So he's got a really special announcement for us today on that as well. And then we've got quite a few events that fall under the category of staying plugged in, which is really important. We want you to stay on the line for the whole call today, just because there's a lot of important announcements and events coming up that we don't want you to miss. And since this is only a monthly call, we want to make sure that you know what's going on so you can plan for your business success. Hey, we have a lot of recognition and it's amazing. So we wanted to start off by recognising that over the last few weeks we've had 40 rank advancements for the Director 300s. So
Congratulations. That one didn't, we didn't get the confetti. Let's try that again. There we go.
I'm way too conservative to do that. I thought I'd have the courage to do that, but not today. And then we've got 37 Director 700 rank advancements. So congratulations to all of you, because you're moving in toward the executive levels, which is absolutely fantastic.
37 Director 700s. That's amazing.
Yes, it really is.
And that's just in the last 30 days, last month.
Yeah. Here are our new bronze executives and their sponsors on the right-hand side. So congratulations to all the bronze executives in our organisation. Keep going down. It's phenomenal to see your achievements and know that you're going to be propelling into the other leadership ranks soon, but also being able to capitalise on that amazing EMP bonus.
And check out all those bronzes.
I know, absolutely amazing. Congratulations to all the sponsors as well.
Guess you guys are aware that Australia is leading the world in the fastest growing country globally, and it's really all thanks to you guys doing an amazing job. So congratulations to all the bronzes. Congratulations
to these amazing silvers. We are so excited for you. We know many of you personally. We adore you. It's an absolute honour and privilege to be working this business with you, and we are so thrilled for your success.
Michelle, Steve, Amanda, Hongju,
Nico, and Isabel.
Well done, guys.
Also, massive congratulations to Anna Harpley in the Blue Mountains, sponsored by Julia Wesley, and as well as Joanne Ken. So that's a massive rank advancement. We are so excited for you both, and congratulations. Okay, Alan Fitzgerald, Platinum, and Julia Wesley, and Wayne Pickstone, who's freaking out the dogs. That's why they're wanting to be on my lap. We've got, so congratulations to all of you on going platinum. We are so excited. We know that it's, a lot of this has happened since the Gold Coast Envision event. So we're absolutely thrilled, and can't wait to see you at the Diamond Summit soon. This dog is shaking. You petrified her. Okay. We have some top and roller announcements for those of you who missed being on the Gold Coast with us, and also as a good recap for those of you who were on the Gold Coast with us. In orange are the members of our team specifically with the top and rollers, and a massive congratulations to Kaz Nicholson and Jen Sherwood from Western Australia.
Amazing, you guys.
Yeah, we're so happy for you too, and they took it out countrywide, Australia and New Zealand actually, so congratulations to them. Here's a photo of those top and rollers on stage at the event. Okay, top emerging leaders. So we managed to sweep the pool there in terms of them coming from our team. Congratulations to Mal, David and Karen Wayne Pickstone, Zhu Hong or Jessie, and Richard Lee. So huge congratulations to Richard Lee, who's recognised as Australia and New Zealand's top emerging leader for 2017.
Richard Lee is recognised a lot, you'll see.
Yeah, he's amazing.
This guy is absolutely tearing it up and doing remarkable things. So well done, Richard.
And it also is indicative of the momentum that's going to be coming out of Asia here in months, weeks. It's already happening, but with the opening in April, the soft opening, it's going to be incredible. You're going to really enjoy working with the Asian team. Top leadership development. Yet again, we've swept the pool with David and Karen, Jessie, Dan and Suzanne Doyle, Bart and I, and Richard Lee, again, as top leadership development for 2017. Congratulations, Richard. Okay, top EMP roller and earner. Yet again, we've got Jessie, Karen and Wayne, Mal, Julie Watts out of Queensland, up in Bundaberg, I believe, and Richard Lee from Melbourne.
Richard Lee, once again. Well done.
Congratulations, Richard.
Number one again.
Yeah. So there's a really great photograph of the top award holders in this category on stage in the Gold Coast. Top growth. Got Dan and Suzanne, Julie Watts, Lorene Vivart, Mal Sword, and Richard Lee again for Top Growth 2017. So congratulations to all of you, and congratulations, Richard. There's a really beautiful photograph of them all on stage. Top income earner, we have Richard Lee, Justin and Nicole, there's Lorene, Bart and I, Dan and Suzanne. So that's the lineup for top income earners for 2017, with Dan and Suzanne being at the top there, as you can see, which is not at all surprising. We're so happy for them, and it's really great news. So
fantastic. Congratulations, Dan and Suzanne. Well deserved.
Absolutely.
There's a picture of the top income earners in Australia.
Richard was looking at a different camera. He knows something we don't know. So these aren't professional photos, just the ones Bart took, but we wanted to make sure we got them to you.
Well, I actually didn't take this one because I'm in it.
You're in it, that's right. Okay. All right, this is fantastic too, because globally, Julie Watts, she took out at first place grand prize standing in Ascent for Los Cabos. So congratulations, Julie. You're going to have the most amazing time. You can see the lineup. Done. Yeah, absolutely. You can see the lineup of third place standings. So we've got Karen and Wayne, Stephen Yeska, Jessie, David He and Karen Lau, and one of our most favourite crossline people in the whole world, Glenn Martin. He's under Alan Noble. He's also won third place standing as well. Congratulations, Glenn. And fourth place prize standings, we've got Alan Fitzgerald, Stevie and Sarah Aquilina, and Julia Wesley. Congratulations. When this was announced in terms of the incentive, there was no way Stevie was missing out. He's so excited to take Sarah, and all of you will have the most amazing time, so congratulations.
Yeah.
And then we've only just listed fifth place prize standings. You can see we've got Richard Lee, Song Ki, Christina Sword, and Zhuang Keng as well. So congratulations to all of you. You are going to have, as I said before, the most amazing time.
You guys rock.
Mexico. Yep. Now what we'll do, actually, I just wanted to see if Chuck and Tammi are there, and to see if they had any words of congratulations to the recognitions that we just went through. Any words that you might want to share with us?
You're muted.
Let me.
Hey, just real quick, let me just introduce these guys. They really don't need much introduction, but hey, Chuck and Tammi have been good friends. We've known each other. Gosh, we go way back in network marketing history for what, 23, 24 years. They've been tremendous leaders, amazing people, and they're fantastic. We couldn't have a better upline team. They're right at the top of the leadership board always, Ambassador Double Diamond. So so welcome to the call, you guys. Glad to have you join us.
Oh, thank you. Congratulations, you guys, on just a massive week. Yeah. And such a successful event. I just told Chuck, I said, Australia swept the grand prize at Ascent 2 years running now, right?
Right.
Yeah, last year Lorraine Bavart got the suite, and this year Julie Watts. So you guys, it's so exciting to, I get goosebumps just watching your momentum, and I know it makes business fun, right?
It really does.
Yeah.
And if you hadn't have said anything to Ed and Rebecca, who didn't say anything to us, who didn't say anything to Dan and Suzanne, maybe we wouldn't be holding this conversation. So we're so grateful you shared your love and vision of ASEA with us, with all of us.
There are so many people's lives that are changed through these products, and it just, like how Tyler puts it, getting paid in goosebumps. But fortunately, we're not only paid in goosebumps, we're paid in dollars, but the goosebumps, the good feelings that we get by making a difference, and you guys have had such a massive impact on so many people, and that's what makes it just extra rewarding. And it was fun. We were just having a bit of a chat yesterday. These guys live in Montana, but because of ASEA, they have a lifestyle where they can go and travel and do what they want wherever. And so, because would you say it was 37 below zero or some crazy figure like that? And so they don't have to be suffering that. They're actually in their luxurious motorhome, traveling the world and staying where they want to stay. So
yeah, we're actually down in Arizona right now, and we'll be leaving and going up to Laughlin, Bullhead City area of Nevada and Arizona on Monday. But we left home in middle of January, and so today it's about 73 degrees right here. It's beautiful and sunny, and back home I think they're having another sub-zero day. I don't know, but I know it's nowhere close. And there's been days when it's hard to imagine. I've got a friend that watches our home and checks in on it, and I'll give him a call, and here it's 20 below zero there and 80 above here. And you just go, are we really even on the same planet? Because this is 100 degrees variation here. And so it's, we've been very blessed. And the nice thing about this, of network marketing, and that, it's not just you have to get financially fit to be able to travel, because you get the deductions for being a networker over what you would have if you had a traditional business. But at the same time, you can work anywhere with a laptop and a cell phone. We've sponsored several people this winter while we've been traveling. I just got off the phone with a gentleman that, for whatever reason, his path got changed, and he ended up being parked next to us in the wrong RV park. He had went to the wrong location. And
so we enrolled him.
Yeah, so he needed some help. He needed some help. I could tell he was struggling to think he was going to climb up his RV ladder and to plant a flag. And so I jumped out and I went over. I said, "Here, let me do that for you." And I scrambled up his ladder and planted his flag off of his RV. And he came down and said, "Oh, thank you. I guess you noticed I have Parkinson's." And I said, "No, I really didn't, but I'm glad to help." Well, then he said, "What's your license plate mean? What's that ASEA on your license plate mean?" And that, of course, started the conversation. And I just guaranteed him I know it could help. And he's just reported, he just put up a YouTube post that he's having some of the best days he's had in years. And he's wondering how he can do a better job of sharing this with other people now. And,
wow, that's fantastic. You guys are absolutely servant-minded, people, and that's what really leads to successful business building. In fact, success leaves clues. You guys have had incredible success, and one of the reasons we want to bring you on this call is to kind of have I like to think of it as being a fly on the wall, being able to just kind of look inside your life and see what attracted you. I guess what have you done to build a successful business? What did you do in the beginning? In fact, even talking about the beginning, what is it that attracted you to network marketing in the first place?
Well, I think a lot of you probably know, I looked at which was back in the day, multi-level marketing, the big Amway thing when I was 19 years old. My first year of college, came home on spring break, and and some friends wanted to get me in with them selling pots and pans. And but that opened my mind to understanding, seeing all those circles drawn on a board, how duplication worked, and realizing that people could be successful. So from that point, when me and Tammi first married, I was always kicking the tires on different companies and trying them. We found out, of course, all companies aren't created equal. And we kissed, as Alan Noble would say, we kissed a lot of frogs. And but absolutely, and as we were all in the same company, Bart and Melissa and several other people on this call were in the same company, but that company was making really bad decisions, even though we had all done very well over periods of time. And so ASEA just stands out above the rest. And I really truly believe, I don't know where we stand in the rankings right now worldwide, but this company's going places. And it's part of a lot of what you folks are doing right now over there, opening up the Asian market. And it's no wonder Richard's breaking all these records. I mean, he's so well spoken. And of course, when he talks to me in his language, I don't understand what he says, but apparently he definitely has done a good job. So anyway, I'll just let you kind of ask some more questions, but we love this industry. It's been very good to us. And
so tell us a little bit how you were, where were you at? Just kind of describe your situation and when you were approached by ASEA, who approached you. Tell us a little bit about that journey and you know, what it was that made you say, this is where we want to plant our flag.
Are we freezing up? Should I turn our camera off?
No, you're good. Are we frozen, or could you hear us?
Yeah,
okay.
You were kind of breaking up there, Bart.
Okay, so let me just re-ask that again then. What we want to do is just ask you. In fact, we can probably turn our camera off. That might help. Yeah. So what I'd like to ask is where were you at? What was your? Because I know that you were dealing with some challenges. In fact, you even mentioned, Chuck, that company was making some really bad decisions. We were seeing checks plummeting. People were hurting, and I know that you guys were hurting. And so when did you, in fact, it's kind of interesting to even hear when you were approached with ASEA, but just tell us a little bit about that journey of when you were approached by ASEA, what your situation was, and what it was that made you say, yeah, this is where we want to plant our flags. I know that you had some big decisions and big choices to make. And for a lot of people, it's just that, you know, when was that decision, that moment of decision?
Yeah. Very good. Yeah, we were with that company for a total of 18 years. And I would say that really we had probably maybe about 13, 14 of those years where actually growth was moving up. Things were going good. However, it started declining. And as most all things, there's business goes up and down. And so you kind of feel like, hey, I love the business. I'm going to stay in it, and things are going to get better. And so, and as you make big money, we, as Bart, actually earned way more money than we did with that company. But the fact is that we were able to afford a nice home and cars and vehicles. And when the income started going down, you know, we still had the same bills. And so consequently, we were paying some things on credit cards where we had gotten completely out of debt and been able to achieve an incredible repertoire of credit cards because of our credit rating. We started using those credit cards to stay afloat and believing that after every convention it was going to get better, or the company was going to finally get their head out and figure it out. And we probably should have quit several years before, but we hung in there. And so when ASEA, Danny Robinson called us 2 nights before Christmas and said that she and Trish Schwinkler had looked at a company and had got involved, and it was an incredible product. We needed to look at it. And of course it was ASEA. And so after the first of the year, in January, we went to look at the company. And we met Vertus Norton founders and Tyler and Dr. Samuelson, and actually knew that there was something here and it was worthy of our time. And so that's when we made that decision to jump in with both feet. Our past experience, and it's what I always try to encourage people, is maybe you don't know it all, but you don't need to know it all. And if you wait till you know it all, you'll have waited too long. And so the fact is when you hear about people starting out and jumping in with momentum and just going out there and starting to have a little bit of excitement and abandonment about getting the word out, it's one of the best things you can do. It's kind of like that term, make a mess and we can clean it up later. But the follow-up is really important when a person just gets in and utilizing that third-party influence and decide you're going to get through these lower ranks as quick as you can. So I think that was probably our clue. I know it was for you guys too. And I think it's really important that a lot of the mentality that we see in people, don't sit back and think, oh yeah, I'm going to start studying for the next half year and then I'll get brave enough to start talking to people.
In fact, it's kind of interesting because you guys were, Denny called you at kind of an unusual time, didn't she?
Yeah, it was a Sunday night, late at night, 2 nights before Christmas. So, most people would think, that would go on a list of excuses not to call somebody, right?
Yeah. And so you guys decided to go and have a look at ASEA. And I know that, Chuck, you just you mentioned that, hey, you were, look, there's a lot of people that are going through challenges. In fact, I believe everybody is going through their dramas, their soap operas, whether it's financial, whether it's health, whatever. I know that you kind of sugarcoated that just a little bit, Chuck, because I know that you guys were doing it pretty rough at the time. But tell us about your journey of going to the fly-in and why you decided to jump in with ASEA.
Well, I think, that one of the things, and it's really interesting, I think every one of us on the phone have been involved, or whether it was a car deal or something where the people you were dealing with, you didn't feel they were legit or that they were people of integrity. And going to meet Vertus Norton, Tyler Norton, Gary Samuelson, you cannot get in front of these people without knowing these are men of integrity. Meeting people now that are staffed like Karen Riley and Kim, all of these people, ASEA hires really good people, but it attracts even better people. And that's the thing is so that there really does make a difference. I think it does for so many. That's why you hear so many times people say, oh, I watched that video with that old guy with tears coming down his eyes. I say, that's Vertus Norton. I go, well, that had me right there. I knew I needed to do something with this. Well, when you're in his presence, you feel the same way. And you just have, I think for a lot of people, they're not only just praying and looking for hope with their health, they're really praying and looking for hope with their finances. And I know we had got to that point, and I just felt like there's a reason we're here. We better pay attention, and really, because I believe this is the lifeline that God's kind of thrown out to us. And I think a lot of people probably feel that way after, at least in my past experience, what people have told me. We're not the only ones that have experienced this. And so it's been really and for the success that we've seen and other people have seen, to me, that's a confirmation of that was right. It wasn't that we just got lucky. I like to tell people, everybody always says, oh, you just got in at the right time. Oh, you just got lucky. No. Hey, we are all lucky. Every one of us that know about this company right now are lucky. And but there was a lot of other people that got lucky earlier and they never did nothing with it. And there's going to be more people. They're going to get lucky and find out about this too. And they're not going to take it and put it into shoe leather. And so it isn't about the luck. It isn't about just getting in at the right time. It's about deciding and making a choice that this is an opportunity to turn your life around, as well as your health.
You said a key word, deciding. You know, probably a quote I love, and I probably overuse it, is it's in our moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. And how true is that? So, you know, in terms of the shoe leather, the harder you work, the luckier you get. And I know that you guys didn't, you didn't make a decision to try or to just give it an effort or give it a go. You made a decision, and you put all out massive action behind it. Maybe talk with us a little bit about that, because again, success leaves clues. And if you look at a lot of the leaders, and if you go to an Eric Worre event or whatever, you'll find that the people who really, you know, kicked some goals and really made stuff happen, they created momentum. So talk with us a little bit about creating a sense of urgency and creating some momentum in your business, because you guys had some pretty major things that you did in the beginning to just create that sense of urgency.
Yeah, well, I think I kind of led to that a little bit before, but it is that you know, you don't want to sit back and wait till you've got it all figured out. You can trust the people that have went before you. You can trust the people that are leading you to this, and so the momentum means everything. And so I like to tell people, you know, what is your goal for a weekly goal or a monthly goal? Would it be an extra $500 a week, or would it be $1,000 a week or a month? And they'll give you a number. And then it's just to kind of throw the ball back in their court and say, so when would you like to start making that? Would your goal be 3 months out, 6 months out to make the extra $1,000 a month or a week? Or would it be to start next week, the week after that? Because it really is, the timing is already here, but it's in their hands to actually make a choice to actually start talking to people and doing that. Because the more people they talk to, the more people they get on three-way phone calls, the more people they get to watch the videos, the more people they get to watch Zoom presentations just like this, the faster it's going to happen. The more people are going to hear, the more people are going to get excited, and the duplication process begins.
So we did jump in with both feet, and we started calling everybody we knew. Everybody we knew who could use the product, everybody we knew who could use a business, everybody we knew who had done any kind of network marketing in the past, successful or unsuccessful. And our very first meeting that we held, we had over 80 people in the room. And so, you know, it's easier to jump in with both feet and run hard and fast. And people want to be involved with someone who's going places.
So true.
Magic words. You just said a lot right there. You got after it to create a sense of urgency. You got to hear about this to be able to get that many people in the room. I can just imagine the feeling that you had, a sense of urgency that you had when you're communicating with them, and people would feel like there was a fear of loss too, because particularly with the binary plan. You know, you want to get in, you know, the sooner you get in, you'd prefer to have people under you as opposed to be under them. So I know that was a decision-making, you know, factor for both of you. And that, now another thing, you didn't wait for some sort of miraculous product result to get started. Tammi, maybe just talk for us a little bit about your product experience, because I know that you had some pretty major challenges with your back, but you didn't wait for some miracle. And then maybe just, if you don't mind, just share with us about Chuck's experience too, because he had some pretty good results with the products too.
Okay. So in 2004, I was in a couple of outdoor sporting accidents and broke my back. And I was miserable, especially at night. I couldn't find a comfortable way to lay all night long. I tossed and turned all night long. I woke up in the morning hurting worse than I went to bed. And excuse me. When we found ASEA, it wasn't even on my radar that ASEA could fix that problem. I was looking more for mental clarity and energy and, the other types of things. I didn't have any other health issues, so I wasn't even sure what ASEA could do for me. I did have some good results along the way that I didn't expect, but nothing changed with my back. And I didn't really expect anything to change. But 11 months after, I started drinking the molecules because I really understood the science. We both loved the product and just the cutting edge technology, so we both wanted on it. 11 months later, I got my result. And I don't know why it took almost a year to get to my back, but it did. I don't really care because it's gone now. I don't have any issues sleeping ever in any position. I'm not stiff and sore when I wake up in the morning. But before we got my major result, we had earned over $45,000. So I think that's just a testament to believing in the science and understanding the business model and really knowing who we have at corporate as far as executives that can run a business and scientists that can validate the product for us. So even though I didn't feel anything, I knew things were happening for me. And not only that, things were happening for all kinds of people too. So Chuck had been on antidepressants for over 30 years, and he's been medication free now for almost our entire 8-year ASEA journey. His eyesight, his doctor has reversed his eye prescription 7 times.
6 times.
6 times in the last 7 years. And so his eyesight is getting better and better and better. His mom had been given 5 weeks to live due to a medical condition she had. And we got to enjoy her for another 2.5 years. So it extended her life like that. And, I could go on all day and all night, just like so many people can with how many people this has helped.
Yeah, and one of the things I'd just like to mention, Tammi says she doesn't know why it took 11 months to get the results with her back. And I do know why, because back then, actually, even Dr. Samuelson was saying, the body really doesn't need more than 4 ounces a day of this. And that's how far we've come. We know now that you definitely can't overdose. We knew that in the beginning. But if we'd have done what we do with now, when we put people on the product after 3 days, if they aren't seeing significant detox and they're drinking plenty of water and they haven't noticed any major result yet, we have them double the dose and do that again. If they haven't after several days, then we do it again. And usually we're getting a result for these folks within the first couple of weeks, where before it was, could be a couple of months, or in Tammy's case, maybe 11 months. And the same thing, we had a guy that we just put on board, and it was 3 days for him. And it was because he started increasing the dose. On that 3rd day, woke up, next thing calls on the phone. First time in 35 years his back doesn't hurt. We just had him do the charge-up call with us last Friday. So, saturation, getting the body accustomed to the product and getting the detoxing over and done with is a big thing.
Fantastic. So I think we're really sitting at a very unique time and place with ASEA. Timing is everything. I think all companies go through sort of a bell curve of growth. Where do you see things going for ASEA? Where are we? What would you recommend for someone just getting started right now? Chuck, I love what you said before. You've kissed a lot of frogs. Been involved with a number of things. I think particularly people, if this is their first rodeo, if this is their first experience with network marketing, we have our hands on something very, very special. What would be your advice for someone brand new getting started, and where do you see the future?
Yeah, I would do like we did and tell everybody call everybody you know, take advantage of all of the events that are happening, especially the new release of ASEA, because we are poised for momentum globally. And man, how must it feel to be the #1 fastest country growing in ASEA for Australia? You know, that's just so exciting. And when a company takes a straight north growth curve, it's a lot of fun. Everybody's making money, everybody's enrolling people, everybody's getting product results, everybody's winning. And that's where we are. We are on the cusp of that win. So I like to say, just strap your seatbelt, hang on, and go talk to more people faster.
Yeah. And you know, one of the things I think is so, again, unique, you know, with Larry's on the phone with us here. I know we're going to have Larry and Tammi are going to talk about JEANIE, but JEANIE is literally artificial intelligence this has never happened in network marketing before. And we are so fortunate to be one of the companies that are actually, you know, breaking the trend and cutting the path, or chopping down the trees and moving through the forest, because it is going to move this company faster. It's going to make the duplication process easier. It's going to make the training process easier, the enrollment process, everything that you can imagine that we used to have to do to either jump on an airplane or sit down and videotape ourselves and mail a VHS tape or something to get information out, or run to the post office. Now we touch a button and it goes across the oceans and in just seconds. And so I really believe, you know, ASEA, and that's the thing is, a lot of companies wouldn't even attempt to try to take on something of what Larry has created here. And so I'm really excited to have Larry Macfarlane on the call with us here today. And I don't know what kind of time frame you've allotted here, but definitely we'll want Tammi and Larry to talk about JEANIE.
Yeah, no, that's perfect, Chuck. In fact, I'm really glad that you sort of opened the door, because that was my last question that I really wanted to ask you guys, particularly Tammi. I know that not only have you been involved on the advisory council and just offered tremendous amount of leadership in that regard, but also you've played a major role in helping assist and creating a flow of letters and different things on the JEANIE. Maybe I'd love to get your perspective on the JEANIE, what you see in terms of excuse me, duplication. It's all about not what we do, but what we duplicate. And I think the JEANIE can really just help to be a phenomenal tool to really help that flow process. So maybe just share a few of your thoughts before we have Larry come on here, Tammi.
Okay. Yeah, you bet. I love using the idea and the power of JEANIE as I'm prospecting with people. So right in my body of my text, when I either text or email them, I will tell them this email or this text is coming to you from my virtual assistant. Her name is JEANIE. She comes free for all ASEA associates. And if you ever thought you could have a virtual assistant, you can now. And I use that even kind of as a hook to pull my prospects in and to let them know that's their first taste or the first time they hear about the ABC coach. And the welcome campaigns, Larry, I don't know if you've been hearing any buzz about the welcome campaigns, but the field has a buzz about them. And so what I mean by that is that anytime you enroll a new associate, they will get 5 days of autoresponder email from their upline Triple Diamond. And I've received a lot of even replies to those where people will reply to me and just introduce themselves to me and let me know they're out there or ask me a question or something like that. So that's probably my favorite part, as well as the team trainings that are in the ABC coach. So, you know, sometimes I feel like when we enroll a new associate, we have to fire hose them with information overload in order to get them up to speed. And there's so much to tell them and so much to know. But between the welcome email campaigns and the team trainings, we can spend a few days dripping on people, and they can have a chance to not only remember it, but to go back and review it too. And so, you guys, Larry has been a Herculean effort. And Larry, I've never worked with anybody that's so responsive and so confident that, yeah, we can do that. And so, you know, as if there's something that you guys need or feel like Jeannie could do better or could add to her skills, all you have to do is just run it through Bart and Melissa. They'll get a hold of Larry. And Larry, you're amazing. Thank you so much.
Tammi and Chuck, thank you so much for joining us on this webinar and sharing your thoughts, your wisdom, and obviously your leadership. You've done an amazing job.
Thank you for blazing a trail of success and for your friendship, and we can't wait to see you at the convention in Dallas.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Enjoy your time down south, and yeah, we'll catch up with you really soon. Thank you so much for being on the webinar.
Love you guys. Love everybody.
Thanks.
See you later. Bye.
Yeah. Hey, I'm noticing that bottle of the new sports pouch. We got to get those down under.
We do.
Don't know if you guys noticed those down below. Hey, with that, are you going to do screen share again?
You know, I was just going to bring Larry on and
yeah.
do the screen share.
Hey.
So Tammi did a really great introduction to Larry. Not only we had the pleasure of sitting down with Larry on the Gold Coast, and not only is he an amazing human being, he's one of the most intelligent people we've ever met, and he's a lot of fun to be around. So it's our honour and pleasure to have Larry come on specifically for our team and any Crossline members on today. So Larry, I'd love to hand the time over to you, and then you can do a screen share, etc. on your end to go through the presentation if that's what you'd like to do. So welcome, Larry.
Do you have a slide with Larry?
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm honored. Thank you for the opportunity. And thank you, Chuck and Tammi. Chuck and Tammi are some of my favorite people in ASEA. They're just so normal people. They inspire me because they make me feel like I can do it. They're humble despite incredible success in our business. And they're both get-it-done people. When I hear from Tammi, I'm always excited because I know something's going to happen. They're great leaders to follow. Bart and Melissa have become my friends. I had heard of them since I joined with ASEA 3 years ago, but I never met them until just a couple of weeks ago. We were on the Gold Coast, and they took time out of their incredibly busy schedule to have dinner with me, which I figured would be maybe I could get a quick hour out of them. I think we sat at that dinner for over 3 hours. And yeah, I walked away from that feeling like I had just made some of the best new friends. These people care about you so much, and what they want for you is to be able to succeed. And they've partnered with me to deliver that to you, and I can't wait to do it. We're meeting regularly now to bring you new stuff, and I want to show you a little bit about what that is. So I've got some slides for you. If you were in the Gold Coast for Envision, some of this will be familiar to you. If not, this is all going to be new. Either way, it's worth saying again. It's awesome. And when we get to the end of the slides, I'm going to give you just a brief live demo in case you haven't had your own Jeannie experience. So with that, let me share my screen and let's start showing you some cool stuff. All right.
Well, you're loading that up. Well, you're loading that up, Larry. I just want to reiterate that we really feel like we've made a tremendous friend in you. And in Australia, we call it switched on. You're one of the most switched on people that we've ever known. If you knew anything about, we got to know a little bit about Larry's background, his expertise in this industry. Very smart guy. And this Jeannie system, there is a massive amount of investment that's gone into this, and talk about creating incredible duplication. Please listen, pay attention, because this is a tool that can really create massive momentum and create great follow-up and duplication for all of us, for your team, to help you grow. So, sorry, there you go. Back to you, Larry.
Thank you, Bart. You you're telling my story. I am so passionate about this. Anybody who sat with me knows this is my life purpose and passion, to do this company. A little bit of my background really quick. I'm a serial software entrepreneur. I've built and sold some software companies, and I took this about 9-year detour in my career. I thought it was a detour at the time, to be an executive in a couple of network marketing companies, really big network marketing companies of the type that we want to aspire to be here at ASEA. And it was a tremendous experience. It taught me who all of you are, and it turns out that you're all like me. You're entrepreneurs just like I am, and we share a lot of things in common. We both have a belief that the future can be better. We're optimists, we're can-do people, and we believe that we can not only make things better for ourselves, but we can make things better for others, and that's exactly what fuels me. And when I realized that I was among all of these people like me, it just was exciting, and I spent those years helping people just like us to succeed. But I also had another experience that just frustrated me, and that was that not everybody did succeed. That's just true in life. Some people won't work hard enough to succeed. But I also came to the conclusions that not everybody could succeed, and it wasn't their fault. They couldn't succeed because they didn't have a leader that they could follow, or they didn't have tools that could help them, and that because of this, they could never gain the self-confidence in the process to succeed. And I felt that that was tragic, and it was so impactful to me that it became my purpose, my passion, my mission. And so I founded Jixity, and the vision of this company is to create the tools that bring leadership to you no matter where you are. You may feel, because of who recruited you to the business or what's happened since, that you're sometimes more alone than you'd like to be, that you wish somebody could be sitting with you all the time to help you. And if you feel like that, Jeannie, the ASEA Business Coach, is exactly for you. Everything from your leadership, everything they know about the business, all of the training, all of the content, all of the processes that they have come to you through Jeannie, just as though they were sitting with you all the time. Now, I first had this vision almost 4 years ago, and it was audacious. Everybody I talked to about it, all of my technical colleagues, all of my network marketing colleagues, they all told me, "You're nuts, Larry, it can't be done. It's going to be too expensive, too difficult." And I say, that's exactly what gets me jazzed. If you can't think big, nothing big happens. And I did it anyway. And after the first year, we had the first version of this. I brought it to ASEA and other companies, and ASEA was the first company with the vision to say, let's do this for our associates. They went out on a limb. They're that kind of company, value-centered people, good people who care about you and who are willing to make the moves necessary. And we launched Jeannie. And if you were there at the beginning and you jumped on board with us back then, you'll remember it was a bumpy ride at the beginning, just like it was like a rocket going into space, man. It was a rough ride at first, but we're in space now. We're launched and going really well, and I'm so proud to be partnered with ASEA to create the ASEA Business Coach. What is the ASEA Business Coach? Well, before we get there, the ASEA Business Coach makes a huge difference in your business. It's no matter who you are in the business, sorry for the slides there, got a little goofy. No matter who you are and where you are in your business right now, the ASEA Business Coach makes a difference. If you're brand new, it's hard to get going fast. You lack the confidence. If you're already going, it's hard to build a big team. If you're already building, it's sometimes hard to stay long enough and be persistent enough. And eventually, we all want to just make more money. And the ASEA Business Coach is about that. No matter where you are in your business, the tools that you need right now to make a difference are there, and it does make a difference for everybody at all levels. This is an example of one of the studies that we run every quarter to talk about the differences, to show us the differences between people who are enrolled in the ASEA Business Coach and people who aren't. And you'll notice here the orange bars are those enrolled, the blue bars are those who aren't. And on average, ABC subscribers enroll 4.4 times more people than non-subscribers. Now, is Jeannie magic? Well, yes, but that's not what accounts for this. You'll see the magic. What really accounts for this is that the people who do this have some assistance in persisting, in prioritizing, in following up, and just doing the nuts and bolts of the business in the right way with leadership and confidence, and they're able to unleash their natural skills to accomplish what they want to do. Now, I apologize. This should really be a quote from Bart and Melissa, and it will be soon. We're just getting started together. But Nicole Dennis, who we've been working with now for more than a year, said this to me: "We are so grateful for the ASEA Business Coach. The number one thing that limits the success of people new to network marketing is not knowing what to do." You recognize that. Jeannie gives our team one place to go and one process to get started, and the feedback from our team has been amazing. Challenges with duplication limit the success of experienced people. Jeannie has given us and the leaders on our team a huge confidence boost in our ability to grow a massive global business. Jeannie is our essential platform to grow while maintaining a personal lifestyle we love. I appreciate Nicole for saying that, and now it is my mission to bring all of that to Bart and Melissa and to all of you. Everything that we have learned from Nicole and from other leaders over these years, Bart and Melissa and all of you have now right at your fingertips. We'll talk to you about what's happening with them. I also have one more quote. It's great to see successful people happy, but it makes me much happier when I see people who are just beginning happy. This is from Ruth Little, a Director 700 in Washington State, who said, she came up to me at the end of one of the Envision events last month, and she caught me as I was walking out of the back of the room running to catch a plane. She stopped me with tears in her eyes, told me her story, and then emailed me this: "You saved me. One night while I was working a late shift and feeling low, I got a text from Jeannie telling me someone clicked my email. It was just what I needed. I knew I could do it. I don't know how others learn to talk about ASEA, run a business, organize their time, and make a process. I learned it from Jeannie before I had the confidence to ask for help. When I was just starting, Jeannie gave me confidence and discipline. Now she gives me encouragement and efficiency. ASEA is my family almost as much as my real family, and Jeannie is a part of it." I love that so much. This morning, I was on a charge-up call in the States, and we had another person, a bronze, who told her story, and it was similar to this. This is what happens when you allow yourself to be led, whether it is by your leader right next to you or by Jeannie, who is your leader in proxy. So what is the ASEA Business Coach? The ASEA Business Coach is a lot of things. It's a comprehensive suite of tools, and I am going to go so fast through kind of a feature overview of what she can do. She's got 7 pieces that I'm going to show you today. And all of these 7 pieces come together in the Jeannie user interface, just like this on your screen. They live on the left side and at the top. And we're going to go through those one by one and teach you what they are. Now, the ASEA Business Coach is available in 2 versions. This is brand new as of the first of the year. There is now an ABC Personal version. ABC stands for ASEA Business Coach. ABC Personal and ABC Pro. Before the beginning of the year, there was just one version. It was ABC, and it was a paid-for product. Now we have ABC Personal, which is free for every ASEA associate. I am so proud to be able to do this. So now everybody on their first day in the business has the tools they need to succeed, even if they're unsure and can't yet invest this in their business. So ABC Personal, free forever. You can use it as long as you like. And ABC Pro is $19.95 per month right now on a special that I'm going to tell you about at the end of the presentation. So what are these components in the ASEA Business Coach? Well, let's start with automated communications. Jeannie does so many things for you without you doing anything at all. Tammi talked about this a minute ago. Bart and Melissa have been working hard to create automated communications for you. So for example, when somebody enrolls in your business, a whole bunch of people get notified about that. You get congratulated, your brand new person gets welcomed. Some people upline, some upline leaders get notified like this. ABC says, yay, Nancy Sparks enrolled under Bev Holiday and Bill Freeman's group, and here's the contact information. So you can reach out and congratulate, or more often than not, just know things are happening in my business while I'm asleep. This is awesome. Or Richard Gibson just clicked a link you sent for the first time. This is Ruth Little's text that she mentioned in her quote. You find out when you send people information and they look at it or click on it, you get notified so you know something's happening. Reminders to your prospects when they have an appointment that they've scheduled with you, or birthday notifications, work anniversary notifications. There's so many more of these. And email campaigns. Tammi talked about this, right? When people enroll in your business, they begin to get a series of emails that come from your organization on your behalf. So this person feels welcomed. They have the information they need to develop confidence in ASEA, confidence in ASEA's products, confidence in the system and the science, and confidence in your team and you. And all of that is happening with you doing absolutely nothing at all. It's free. And Bart and Melissa have already begun launching this content on your behalf. This is an example right here of this email, which is now going out on your behalf right now. If you enroll someone coming out of this webinar, they will begin getting this content. Thank you, Bart and Melissa, for doing this for your team. Second, Jeannie has a content library just loaded with information. This content library comes from all over ASEA. Everything that ASEA publishes in the back office, everything that your leaders make available to you, not just your team, but other teams in the company. All of this content comes together in the library where you can search it and find exactly what you want to refer to for yourself, for your own training, and to send to others for prospecting purposes. And especially impactful for you in Australia, it's automatically internationalized. You know, ASEA invests heavily in translating and making different versions of their tools. So different versions of the compensation plan for different legal environments around the world, different translations of things around the world. It's hard for you as an associate to know exactly what's available in what language and how do I send that. Well, with the ASEA Business Coach, you no longer have to worry about that at all. If you send somebody a tool and it happens to be available in their spoken language, you don't need to know the language they speak, and you don't need to know whether the tool is available in their language. Jeannie knows both of those things. So you send whatever it is you want to send. Jeannie detects the language that they speak at the moment they click on your email, and she serves up the most appropriate language for them if it's available, right? The best match that she can come up with. And that is all just happening automatically for you. So you can reach further than ever before with less complexity than ever before. And this works on mobile too. You have a mobile app with all of these library things in it. Now, Training Center. Training Center does for your training what the library does for your sharing. Training comes from all over the place. We have so many great leaders in ASEA that create training content. We have a company that's dedicated to our training with virtual office training and compensation plan training and so on. All of that training from all over the place, it's here in the ABC Training Center. Your personal leader, your upline triple diamond can organize that training into courses and decide when to assign it to you. Any leader, all of you who have someone downline from you, you can assign training to those people. If you see that somebody is struggling with needing some credibility, needing some understanding of the credibility of the science, you can assign a science training. If they need some help with a particular part of the ASEA Business Coach, you can assign that to them. Whenever you assign training, they get told to do it, they get reminded to do it, they get brought to a great place to see it, just like this, and when they complete it, you get notified that they've done it. So you now you can stretch thinner than ever before, train more people than ever before. Contact Manager. Contact Manager is where the ASEA Business Coach started 3 years ago. We started with the Contact Manager because this is often the biggest challenge for brand new people. Is it's kind of intimidating to make those first contacts and to keep track of them and to follow up without fail. And so Jeannie helps you with all of that. She imports all of your contacts. You already know a ton of people. They're in your phone, they're in your LinkedIn, they're in your Facebook, they're in your email accounts. Wherever they are, Jeannie will import them from all those sources, merge them together into one great big list of all the people that you know. Then from that list, she lets you make a list. You get to decide who of those people you're going to start contacting. You make the list. Once you've made a list, Jeannie will prompt you to begin contacting them using the contacting techniques that your upline is teaching to you. She'll then help you follow up with them through all of the steps of the prospecting process, and if it comes to that, she'll help you enroll them. So all of this becomes so much easier, and if you don't know what to say, she has call scripts for all kinds of situations. Your initial contact checking whether they were interested in what you said to them, follow-up calls, three-way calls, enrollments, reconnects, Q&As, leaving a message, whatever, all of those things. Now, if you're experienced in the business, and you're experienced with this probably once you've been in the business for 2 or 3 months, you may not need any of this at all. Great, do it your way. You don't have to do it this way. But if you're new, oh man, this helps you get more confident and more polished and more professional so much faster than before. And it doesn't stop just at call scripts. You can do the same thing with emails and text messages. You've already talked to somebody, now you hang up the phone or you stop with your Facebook message, and now you want to send a follow-up, an email to be professional. What do you say? What do you send? Well, with Jeannie, she helps you with that. This is what you say. This is how you say it. This is how you send it. And this comes also from your upline leaders. So in Australia, it's ossified. I can't speak like that, but aren't you glad they can? And whether you're sending by email or text or Facebook, we can show you exactly how to send. Make sure that you follow up without fail. And when you do send information, that can't be the end of the story. You need to know, did they open my email? Did it get delivered? You ever panic over that and wonder if it just went into the void? Well, with Jeannie, now you know. You know it got delivered. You know they saw it. You know they clicked on it. You know how many times they clicked on it. You know how much of your video they viewed. You can see all of that. As before you follow up, you can check to see exactly where they stand with what you sent. Pretty awesome, right? I'm going to actually do that live with you in just a minute. Recently, we added a team manager. So those of you who are farther along in the business, you've got growing teams, 1 level, 2 level, 3 levels, 50 levels deep. No matter how big your team is, you can see everybody on your team in your downline list right here. Now, where does this information come from? You don't need to enter any of this. All of this comes immediately from ASEA. As soon as somebody enrolls in your organization, whether you did it or somebody else did it, they're right here. And you can see their lifetime rank, their currently qualified rank. Are they active? Are they binary qualified? Are they subscribed to Jeannie? You can mentor them. You can see their personal contact information subject to the company's diamond blocking rule, of course. You can see their performance charted against and see how they compare to other people at their rank. All kinds of useful information you couldn't see before. You can see a brand new person on their first day can see their whole upline. They can see you and your contact information and everybody above you. So nobody needs to feel like an orphan again, like they don't know who could help them. These are the people with the stake in helping you. And all the time, live, up to the moment, you can go into your team manager and see the people that are making a difference in your business. Who are the top 10 enrollers in your business right now? Who are the top 10 people using Jeannie faithfully to contact people? Who are the people who have recently rank advanced, recently had a lifetime rank advancement? Or who are the people who have recent cancellations of their auto ship? These are all the people that you want to focus on. Jeannie makes it possible without you having to go into the virtual office and run a report and figure out how to do that. It's always there, always up to date. And so much more. I'm not even going to go over this slide. Everything you want to know about what's happening in your organization, it's there. And if you choose to mentor someone, or if they ask you to mentor them, you can choose to enter into a mentoring relationship. And when you do, they can share with you their why, their personality, their commitment to the business, how much what their goals are. You can see their Jeannie priorities right now. You can see what they've been doing, all of this with their permission. So you can really be engaged in mentoring them. And yet even with all that information, Jeannie still protects the identities and contact information of all your contacts, so you can rest assured that it's always safe. This information is always yours and yours to keep. Now, Deductor. Deductor is a third-party product. This is something that comes from a partner of ours. If you're new to network marketing, you may not realize how huge the financial benefit is of you having a home-based business. Chuck just talked about how cool this is. There are so many tax deductions that you can take, and just because you're in Australia or New Zealand doesn't mean you can't do this too. Deductor is not just a US product. This is an international product, and it helps you track all of those expenses that are going to be relevant for you come tax time. On average, Deductor business users save $1,200 to $6,000 per year simply by by tracking their business expenses, and it's easy. She automatically finds those things for you and just lets you confirm that she's categorized things correctly. Normally, Deductor costs $20 a month all by itself. It's included completely free in the ASEA Business Coach. So that is all of the pieces that kind of come together to build the ASEA Business Coach, but there's one more piece that makes it truly magic, and that piece is Jeannie herself. Jeannie is your personal assistant. She is trained by your upline, hired by you for a whole 65 cents per day. She does all of this for you. Hi, I'm Jeannie. I'm keeping track of your business, and I'll help you every step of the way, and help you she does. She knows whenever anything happens in your downline. She knows whenever you do something. She knows whenever your prospects do something. And she's constantly offering assistance. Hi, Larry. How can I help? Well, here's your daily action plan. For this particular person, Jeannie is saying you need 15 minutes of training on the ASEA usage guide. Then we're going to make a follow-up call with Rustin. Then we're going to make an initial text message to Bill. We're going to do a congratulations call to Nancy. And she's going to help us with each one of those things. She also reminds us of our schedule. We've got a 7 p.m. call today with Tracy, and she's going to send you a reminder text. She's going to send Tracy a reminder text. She can help you actually do all of these things, or if you do them on your own, you can simply tell her they're done and she'll mark it so and adjust her priorities accordingly. She also comes with all sorts of training. We just recently added tours to Jeannie. If you haven't opened your ASEA Business Coach lately, when you do, every single page in the ASEA Business Coach now has a tour that you'll see the first time you visit it. And if you'd like to go back and see that tour again, at the bottom of every screen, there is a little green label that says tour this page, and you can redo these tours. They show you every little piece of the user interface, and my voice is there to talk you through it as well. So which version of ABC is right for you? You probably are already intuitive about this. If you are a brand new associate, we made ABC Personal just for you. You get everything you need at no charge, all of the training, all of the shareable resources, the infinite importing and contact list of the contact manager. You can even look at the team manager and see your personally sponsored team as you start bringing in people into your business, which you'll do on your very first week. And if you are an experienced associate, but you just want to test drive the business coach and see how it works, maybe you're a little bit afraid of technology, do it. She's there. You can test it for as long as you like. And when you're ready, you become a serious business builder. You're committed to growing your business. The business ABC Pro is for you. She'll help you optimize your personal performance so you can execute like Bart and Melissa or Chuck and Tammy. She'll help you optimize your team performance. Who should you be talking to? What kind of goals should you be setting? How do you motivate? She'll help you optimize your income through your tax management. And if you are a leader, if you're a triple diamond leader, or you're knocking on the door of that, I know all of you are knocking on the door of that eventually. When you get to that point, you get to add content to Jeannie. You get to showcase that content. You get to determine how it's used and how you're going to train your people. So your whole duplication model is expressed through Jeannie. You become Jeannie's teacher for all of your people. So this is a kind of a busy slide, so I'm going to just jump right through it here and not spend time on it. The blue bars there represent the amount of functionality in ABC Personal, and the green bars represent the amount in ABC Pro. Obviously, ABC Pro includes everything. Personal includes enough for you to get going. So for example, if you look at the second bar down, you can see your first level, your personally sponsored people with ABC Personal. With ABC Pro, you can see to infinite depth in your business. We look at settings. ABC Pro users get a free partner account. If you're working with your spouse or your business partner and you both like to have separate contact lists, separate assistants, Jeannie giving you different to-do lists and advice, you can have that free of charge. It comes with the ABC Pro subscription. You just get one login with Personal, and so on. There's just everything you need at any scale of your business. And if you'd like more information about what's in these two versions, Great. It's all inside the ASEA Business Coach. Obviously, I'm not going to read that to you, but that shows you, you can go into the Business Coach, click on the green Pro Upgrade button, and you can review all of this information to understand the differences in those versions. So if you haven't already started using the Business Coach, how do you do it? Well, it's really easy. ASEA has partnered with us to make this super easy. Go into your virtual office, click on Menu, and in the menu, you've seen this already, Jeannie will pop up. Her picture is right there. Just click on her. Click on Let's Go or click on her face, and she will take you to the ASEA Business Coach. And the very first time you go, you will not need to log in. She already knows that you're authenticated because you logged into your virtual office. She'll ask you for a new password that you're going to use with the Business Coach. I recommend you use the same password you use in the virtual office. And then she will take you through just a few quick steps to confirm your personal information, which she's received from ASEA, get some preferences from you, learn a little bit about you that she can share with your upline to let them get to know you a little bit better. And then you'll be off to deciding how you're going to work with the Business Coach. If you're an experienced person, you can go right to the team manager and start using it with your team. If you're new, I recommend you take her advice. She'll recommend to you and start with training, and she'll start walking you through training. Regardless, you can use all of the tool right away. Once you've used it the first time, you can still go in through the virtual office anytime you want, or if you just want to bookmark her, add a bookmark to abc.aseaglobal.com, you can go straight to Jeannie and just log in with your email address and the password that you selected when you did it the first time. If you ever need help, I'm here. My staff is here. Jeannie is here. You click on the little green button at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. It says love, feedback, or bug. Of the three, we prefer love, and second, feedback, and last, bug, but we'll take them all. We actually want them all. Chuck and Tammy, I think, both mentioned that we're very responsive. Jeannie cannot be what she is today and in the future unless we are responsive to what's going on dynamically in the business. We learn from you. If you find something that could be better, talk to us about it. We're really interested in that. If you have a question about what you need to do next or how to grow in your business, we'll help you with that. We can help you interface with your leader or ASEA, whatever you need. Now, it's a great time to get into Pro. We really want Pro subscribers, of course. We love all of you, and we're happy to support all of you. But right now, for the next week, we did this because Bart and Melissa, I was going to say pled, but they did. They sort of pled your case. They lobbied me and said, we need a week for our team where we can get in on this special at a lower price. ABC Personal is free forever. Don't worry about it. You'll always have that. ABC Pro is going to be $24.95, including tax, on auto ship. It was supposed to start March 1st. It's now going to start March 11th. Now, if this seems like a lot to you, it's not a lot. It's still very inexpensive, less than $1 a day for your own personal assistant, and less than any country in the world spends for the ASEA Business Coach. It's $19.95 US in the United States plus tax, which adjusted for exchange rate is over $28 Australian, and it's going great there. So it's still going to be inexpensive for you, but until March 10th and through March 10th, you can subscribe to ABC Pro for $19.95 Australian per month, and that will be grandfathered in for as long as you maintain an uninterrupted subscription. We are thrilled to be providing this to you and to be your business partner. Now, if you happen to be in New Zealand, well, got a treat for you, even better deal for you. Same price in New Zealand dollars, same amount of time. So take advantage of this while you can. How do you do it? How do you upgrade? Well, log in through your back office if you've never done it before, or if you're already using the Business Coach, just log in, click that green button right there that says Pro Upgrade, and you'll have all the information you need, and just click through it and you can upgrade to ABC Pro. ABC Pro, by the way, is just an auto ship. Just like any of your ASEA auto ships, it will be controlled by ASEA, charged on your credit card as an ASEA auto ship, and should you ever wish to cancel, you can simply go into your virtual office to your auto ship manager and you can just change your auto ship, delete your auto ship. That's all there is to it. Now, if you want to subscribe the fastest way possible, you're sitting at your computer right now, do this, abc.aseaglobal.com/subscribe. That is the fastest possible way. You'll put in your associate ID and email address just so that we know it's you. Click subscribe, put in your credit card information, you're done. Okay? And that will start your ASEA auto ship. Now, training. JEANIE is a big thing. These are more tools and more powerful tools than have ever existed in network marketing. I know I'm the guy who would say that, right? But it's true. No one else has even attempted what we do. And I think you will find the same thing. But there's a lot there. If you'd like to learn more than the nuances of this, here's how. Starting with the ABC tours. Those are going to come to you automatically as you enter the ASEA Business Coach. Second, there are some webinars, pre-recorded Zoom webinars that are already online in the Training Center. You'll find them in the Training Center under ASEA Business Coach Training Webinars. There's 4 of them there. And at Bart and Melissa's request, we are going to start next weekend live training on the ASEA Business Coach. So weekly, starting next weekend, for the next 4 weeks at the same time as this webinar, 10 a.m., we'll do an hour-long training each day, and we'll record those for those of you who can't participate. It's great to be there live because at the end of them, we'll turn off the recordings and answer questions for as long as you like us to. These have been very popular in the U.S. Look forward to seeing you all then. Now, that's the ASEA Business Coach. Amazing technology, but let's see it in action. We didn't have time to do this at Envision, but those of you who haven't been using it, I'm just in my browser right now, and I'm going to log in as me. I have an ASEA Business Coach account too, not surprising. And we're going to go into my Business Coach. Now, my Business Coach starts me up in the Team Manager. Where yours starts up is up to you, but I'm starting the Team Manager. I'm going to change that. Now, Jeannie's popping up and saying, I've been keeping track of your business and I've prepared your daily action plan whenever you're ready for it. Awesome, Jeannie. I'm not ready for it because I'm showing these great people about how you can do your magic. So I'm going to click on the Contact Manager. We're going to load the Contact Manager page. And the Contact Manager is where all of my contacts have been imported and where I maintain my list and work with my people. And here we are. You notice right here under my mouse on the upper left side, I have the pool. The pool are all the contacts that I have imported into JEANIE from my phone and other sources. And you'll see right underneath my mouse, these are people we haven't contacted yet. I have more than 2,000 in mine. And our objective with the Business Coach is simply to take all of those people over time, regardless of how long that takes. We are going to gradually, and at the pace and in the order you want, we're going to gradually contact those people. As I choose to contact them, I add them to my list. That's what I'm looking at right here. This is my list. Notice I have myself at the top of the list. This is a practice that I recommend to you. If you're new, or even if you're not, add yourself as a contact. Add your wife as a contact. Add one of your kids as a contact. These are just dummy contacts. Put your email address in, put your phone number in, and now you have something to practice on. You can send yourself emails. You can make calls to yourself. You can send yourself text messages, and you can get a feel for exactly what it's like to be on both sides of this JEANIE transaction, right? It's really, really a great way to get comfortable with JEANIE. I'm going to show you how we would contact somebody if we were doing this for the first time. Now, this list, my list, is sorted based on how frequently or how recently there's been an action taken with this person. This is a demo account, so these are looking kind of old. But 19 days ago, Larry viewed something I sent. If I come down here to the right a little bit, the history, this is the history of all my interactions, everything that's ever happened with Larry from the very beginning, back at the beginning when I imported Larry from wherever I imported him, right? He got imported from Gmail, up to the most recent when I sent him a link to some library files. I can see that he viewed the ASEA Redox booklet one time all the way through. My most recent email he opened twice and he clicked on. So as I go to contact him, I already know this is where we stand. This is what he knows. Isn't that great? So now if I want to contact him, I can say, let's do what's next on the list, which is a presentation. JEANIE already knows what's supposed to be next. I can click here and she'll do it. Or if I wanted to do something else, I want to do just an initial schedule or an interest call, I can do that. Or if we wanted to just jump straight to an email, which is what I'm going to do with you, we're going to just jump straight to an email, and I want to send Larry an email of some information out of our library. So Jeannie takes me to a page to create this email. She's got a bunch of help for me in creating an email. Starting right here in the upper left corner, she has email templates. These are predefined templates of emails that are great for any circumstance. So for example, maybe I just did an initial interest call and it went really well, and now I want to follow up with some information. So I select that, and here's the email already prepared for me, but it's not quite what I want because I've already got some things selected in the library. I'm going to unselect all of those. And let's say I wanted to send the Genesis video. I really like Genesis. So I'm going to look for Genesis, and you do have to spell things right. I'm going to send Genesis, okay? So just by checking that, she automatically adds a link to my email to send that video. She also knows what this person is interested in based on conversations I've had before, and she can send a link to some information that's been selected by your leaders that's appropriate for that. So for a Renew person, for example, she's already got a link in here, and this whole email is constructed based on Renew. When I'm ready, I've found what I want to send to them, I can edit this email as well, right? I can add things, delete things. What would we say down under? Yo, I have no idea.
G'day, mate.
G'day.
All right, right on. G'day, mate. Okay, g'day, mate. Now we can preview and send the email. Here we go. So this is the email just as it's going to look when I send it. I can click on the links and make sure they're what I want. I can verify the addressing, everything. You'll notice that this comes from a special address that gets created for you to maximize the deliverability of your email. Jeannie is so smart that more of your emails are going to get delivered than ever before. And your reply address comes right to you, so you don't have to learn anything new. When I'm ready to go, I simply send that email, off it goes, and Jeannie takes me back to my contact manager and gets ready for me to do the next thing. She'll, depending on what mode I'm in, she'll also pop up and tell me what to do next. She's not on right now, but I could click here, turn her on, and ask her what's the next thing I'm supposed to do, and she'll tell me, right? There we go. So instead of doing that, I'm going to show you now my email. I just sent myself some email, right? So here it is, right at the top of my email list, and you'll see I've got two of them. One of these emails is a copy to me as the sender. This is a copy of the email sent to Larry Macfarlane, and then we have the information. Okay? This is not just a simple carbon copy. This is a special email which has changed these links just subtly. They work, but these are not tracked links. These links I can safely click to remember what went on. This one went directly to my prospect. This is the one straight to Larry. These links actually are tracked links because I am the contact. So if I click here, for example, this is the link that was added for me to the Genesis video. We'll see exactly what my prospect will see. Here's my email on the left side. Here's the Genesis video that I sent, right? You recognize this. This is exactly what I sent. And as they watch this video, I'm going to just kind of cheat here and just kind of move that to, what is that, about 80% of the way through. And I'll just pause that video right there. Jeannie is in the background right now recognizing that I opened that email and looked at it, that I clicked on the link, that I saw this video, and that I only made it 80% of the way through. So if I come back now to my ASEA Business Coach and I refresh my history on this contact, we will see that Jeannie tells me on the 2nd of March, I emailed Larry some information. He opened it one time. It was delivered successfully, processed by Jeannie, delivered, opened once, and Larry clicked on it. And I can look now at what I sent. It's the Genesis Founders video, which he opened one time and watched 74% of. Pretty cool, right? Now, beyond that, Jeannie has already taken action based on that. So she knows, what should I do if somebody receives my email, opens it, clicks on it, and starts watching it? So she has sent me, as the sponsor, she sent me a text message telling me that somebody clicked on that link for the first time. So I know already, if I want to, I can pick up the phone or get on Facebook or whatever I want to do and talk to this person right now. I know they're hot and watching it. Even before they finished watching the video, I could do that if that's what my leader trains me to do. Or just when I'm following up later, it's there. So you can see, amazingly smart. She's also scheduled my next follow-up. She knows what we're going to be doing next with this person because of all of those things, because of what we did and because of what they did. And this is just scratching the surface, right? She's got everything else that's going on in my business is here, and you can use all of this right now, and we will train all of you about this in the near future. So with that, let me shut down and say, Bart and Melissa, it has been a pleasure to get to meet your team a little bit this way, and I can't wait to do more.
Wow, thank you. I don't think people have any clue as to how much time and effort, energy, expense has gone into creating this Ferrari. It literally is a Ferrari, just like any incredible machine. You need to learn how to drive it effectively. And so, I mean, that demo that you just showed us was really remarkable. And I think if we just take some time to learn this, just like any new tool, learn to drive it effectively, we can really propel our business and create phenomenal duplication. So, Larry, thank you very much for being willing to do kind of an ongoing training, live training for us. You were going to look at the date.
Yeah, so I've got a couple of slides after this to just remind people of the special and the team training. It's actually at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. Queensland on the next 4 Saturdays. That's great timing for us, so I'll update that. And I just wanted people to realise too, in terms of the reason why Jeannie is as intelligent as she is because, for those of you who don't know, Larry's actually spent 3 years as the Chief Marketing Officer at Xango, as well as 6 years as the President of Big Planet, which was a division of New Skin. So he's got 9+ years experience in the network marketing industry. So when it comes to the friction points in our business, we look at Jeannie with a long-term perspective. So when people come in, often they don't have the confidence, maybe they don't have the support, they don't know how to get started. So Jeannie helps unblock that friction point. And then once your team starts to grow, all of a sudden you've got no time in your day, you're realizing you're in management mode, you're not getting out there and producing income generating activities, which is getting in front of people. Jeannie helps to unplug that blockage too. So you can see all around it's comprehensive, but with the training library and also with these weekly ongoing calls with our team with Larry, it's going to be really easy to move everyone through that process. So what we'll do is we'll do Q&A on our weekly calls with Larry, simply because of timing issue today with this webinar length. But I just wanted to thank you for being on and encourage all of you to jump on Jeannie, because long term, she's going to be what will help you to get into the presidential triple diamond ranks. So we're excited. Thank you again very, very much, Larry.
And also, we've got a little testimonial here. Kaz, are you there with us?
Yeah, I'm here. How are you?
Now, Kaz and Jen were as you may have recalled, they were the #1 enrollers, recognized on stage at the Envision. And so these guys are just remarkable people, and along with their sponsors who have been helping them significantly, which is Sepp and Nieska. But we were just chatting last night, Kaz, and just maybe just give us just a really quick overview of why you like Jeannie and how you've used it.
Well, how lucky are we to have it in the first place? Tammi and Larry pretty much said everything on why I really love Jeannie. As soon as I get a contact, I put them straight in to Jeannie, putting their email in and sending what I think they need to know and look at. And then from there, I get excited when I can see how much they've looked at, how many times they've opened it, what date. And from then on, you know, Jeannie welcomes me and tells me what I need to do next. What I really like about it as well is it keeps me up to date with what my team's doing. So every time I have a team member enroll someone, I know that's happened. Yeah, it's an incredible thing that we have at our fingertips, and we're grateful for it. And I think it can really grow our business a lot, especially if you're not used to getting out in front of people one-on-one, face-to-face. This takes care of that too.
And the email series that are the letters that go out to the new people, have you found those to be helpful? And
oh, absolutely. Well? Like, she lets you know that they've opened that as well. And instead of me having to do that all the time, Jeannie's doing that for me. So she's educating our new enrollers as well. So yeah, it's good.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you, Kaz.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you and Jen for your success. It was really fun to see you on stage on the Gold Coast.
Oh, it was fun to be there. Can't wait for Dallas. Thank you.
We can't either. Thanks, Kaz. Bye.
Bye.
What I'm going to do is just get back to the PowerPoint presentation. I'm aware of the time, and I knew today was going to be a comprehensive leadership call, but it's really important for you to stay on the line to know what's coming up in terms of the events. And we have created some new links so that you know where to go to find out what's happening around Australia. So just to recap, so the team special, Larry extended only until next Saturday, $19.95. That's a savings of $60 a year. So make sure you go ahead and action Jeannie, because that's certainly the platform that we'll all be using.
If you action that today, or for sure by the end of this week, you're grandfathered in at that price forever.
Yeah.
So for this powerful of a tool, and that's not, it's almost next to free in terms of the investment.
And Larry also explained where to go to actually find the ASEA Business Coach in your virtual office. Just go down to the menu and you'll be able to learn more that way. In terms of the 4-week team training, so currently it's 8 a.m. Queensland time, March 10th to March 31st. That's a Saturday. And it'll be Friday in the US, March 9th to March 30th, 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time until March 11th, and then the time zone changes for 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That will be on our Zoom link, advancinglifeintro.com. I will also upload these details to the appropriate ASEA AU Diamond Facebook page, and you'll be able to get the information as an event there as well. So as we all know, ASEA no longer is not for retail status in Australia. And we are so thrilled about that, because we've been putting the pressure on corporate for many years to have that come through for our benefit. We've got some labelling changes, as you may know. There's a bit of confusion out there. This doesn't mean that it has gone through TGA approval. It's not approved for TGA. We don't need it. It was too restrictive. It was going to long-term hamper our business building abilities and what we could say about the product. So we've been freed up. There will be a compliance program you may have heard about, or a test we have to sit, which will be in the next 2 to 3 weeks. It will come out through our virtual office library. If you don't take that test, ASEA have to withhold commissions from a compliance perspective. It's easy, nothing to stress about, but it's going to make sure that they know that we're doing the right thing in the field with what we're sharing with other people.
This is really great, because it's actually going to help to educate people on what they're doing. And also, because I love the fact, when you talk to people, if this comes up, well, it just says that it's made from salt and water in the bottle. It doesn't say anything about redox or even cellular health. But because of the World Wide Web, everything is transparent. So you can just say, hey, look, because of the, I don't know, the way I like to put it is because of the medical mafia, because of the incredible intense regulation issues in Australia, our bottle looks a little bit different. But if you want to see exactly what's on the bottle in the US, or want to learn all about the technology, look, all you got to do is go to ASEAScience.com or excuse me, or ASEAGlobal.com, and you can read all about the science. You can read all about the athletes. You can see, everything is there. So if this had gone through the TGA, first of all, anything that they only would have been able to make very, very limited claims, and it would have been limited. In fact, the price of the product would have actually gone up as well. So this is actually a huge plus. We've been working on that for a long, long time, and hallelujah, we've got ASEA in Australia. And don't worry about the limitations, because there really is none. It's no different.
No.
It's all good.
The new enrollment packs, just so you know, they're in your virtual office library, and for the first time ever, we have ASEA combined with Renew Advanced, Renew 28.
How about that? So, check that no NFR site. Hey, the thing I want to just mention on this is this the personal combo pack. Look, obviously, if someone's a business builder, they should be getting an entrepreneur business pack, get some product to work with. But for someone who's coming in is just wants to get some personal product, look, I think we've got a great opportunity. The number one product that you should be promoting, if it's just for personal use, is the personal combo pack, so that they get a couple tubes of the Renew 28. They'll also get some sample tubes, and it's just a way of really increasing your value, the wallet share, and helping them to experience the whole product line. And also, when they register, they're also going to get one of these kits now. They actually get something for their enrollment besides a place in the tree, but they actually get the business kit, which is this little bottle is empty, but it's a bottle where you put your ASEA in it for the day. Get a little sample tube of the Renew 28. You've got a memory stick here with everything that's in the back office, and then also in this upper flap is the brochures and things that are in here. So that's very, very cool. I think it's just super professional. When people get that in the mail, they really just see, hey, this company really is more professional. The box is really nicely done. So that's a nice little bonus as well.
It is. And for the longest time, as you know, we paid the enrollment fee with just an e-kit. Oops, doing crazy things here. So this is an opportunity for us to actually get something tangible that really is of value. So the new price list is in your virtual office library as well. You can see the welcome kit is listed as $60. It's $7 shipping, so it'll be $67 all up. The new enrollment form is also in your virtual office library. Look for that. It's the $60 there, as you can see listed. Make sure you print them out, take them with you on the road or when you get in front of people. Okay, in terms of the ASEA promotions, it's to remind you that Fast Forward is discontinuing on the 31st of March. So make sure that if you're participating, you plan for that, because it works on a rolling 2-week period of time. And I know some people, Kaz, for example, and Jen, really had an amazing time doing Fast Forwards in the past in terms of a record number. So it's a rewarding and a great way to get into your business, and one we'd encourage you strongly to look at if you haven't done so before it finishes in March.
Back to back, they just kept going.
So the loyalty points, as you know, they accrue with time on enrollment orders, and your first auto ship order you get bonus points on. So make sure that you are educating your new associates on the benefits of loyalty programs, the loyalty program, and also it is attached to the Fast Forward as well, extra points there. And the Asian community love loyalty points, love to get free products. So keep that in mind when you're building internationally there. Make sure that you are subscribed to our team newsletter. Here's the link just here. Jot that down or take a screenshot, because there's a lot of information contained in that, as well as this document you can download straight from the newsletters. It's at the very bottom, and it lists the events this year. You can see I've just put an arrow in for the ASEA Via launch, which will be Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane and Perth. And all details I'll show you in a minute where to find them, as well as the GoPro Recruiting Mastery, July 13th to 15th. Yeah,
just go back that one slide, one more. Those websites at the very bottom, because people ask us all the time, where do I go to get tickets? Definitely grab a screenshot or write those 2 links down so that you know exactly where to go all the time.
They're coming up too.
Okay,
so next month's leadership webinar is Saturday, April 7th at 8 a.m. Queensland. Time zone changes will have happened by then, so the Eastern Seaboard states you'll be at 8 a.m. as well. So we'll update you on those times as we get closer to it. You can see what's happening throughout the year. Please plan these in your calendar. There's not only is there a lot of prep put into it, which I'm absolutely happy to do, it's just the only time we can really feature some great upline speakers and bring value to you on a monthly basis. So also a prospecting call, get people on and make sure that you come so you can have that sense of belonging as well. Okay, so there's been set up an ASEA AU Diamond Events Facebook page. That's where you're going to go to see all of the events that we're speaking about in this webinar. And you'll also see that there's an expert in the house course that Nicole Dennis has done up a little flyer on, so you can get information on that. This is a Facebook page that you'll all want to definitely connect into, because this is where we're going to be putting on all the other diamonds in Australia, all the events that Diamond membership will be speaking at.
And look, I just want to say we're real excited because we've got great collaboration now with all the diamonds in Australia. We're working together. Last week, Justin and Nicole did the Diamond in the House presentation. They did a great job. Sally Diamond will be joining those as well. She's cross-line. But we're really excited to be able to share the synergy and create the momentum and work collectively together, because a rising tide lifts all ships. And
so Jeff and Akiko are coming up this Wednesday, so be sure to log on to advancinglifeintro.com following Queensland times and tune in, because Jeff's got a great presentation and we're really looking forward to hearing from both of them. Here is a new YouTube channel that's been set up for all of the recordings of, for example, the Expert in the House calls, and also the recordings from the Gold Coast from the Peak Performance Training Day. They're not ready yet, but when they are, they will be going on redoxdiamonds.com. So make sure that you have that link, and that's an easy one-stop shop place for all crossline videos, but it's going to be full of all those recordings, which we're really excited about. So thank you to Nicole Dennis for setting this up. ASEA VIA. So there's a virtual pre-release. We don't have the Zoom details yet, but it's March 17th Australia, March 16th at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. And you can see from here, Salt Lake City, 3 p.m. Brisbane, it's 7 a.m. and Sydney, it's 8 a.m. So make sure that you're bringing your team, you're getting up early, and you're hearing directly from that special release, pre-release, from the corporate team in the United States. So we're certainly going to be getting as many people on that as we possibly can to hear it direct from the source. So where to get your tickets? ASEAevents.eventbrite.com.au will list all the events. That's what Brad pointed out before, but this is the Eventbrite link that you need to be able to get tickets. You can also get tickets through ASEA AU Diamond events on Facebook. And so in terms of the Discover ASEA and VIA Core launch that's going to be in Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne and Perth, here's some of the details for that. So Brisbane, it's at Fitzy's Logan Home, March 24th for a 1 p.m. start. Seppenyeska and Sally Diamond will be speaking at that event. Yet again, all this information is on that Eventbrite and Facebook page link. Melbourne at Buckingham, we've got Lorraine Bavart and Justin and Nicole who will be speaking at that event. You'll see these events, the longer ones, have Discover ASEA, VIA Core, there'll be some entrepreneur training and some success sharing. So a 2-hour event in Melbourne where David He will be speaking and Richard Lee as well. So that's at the One Turner Club, 24th of March. Sydney, there's a 1.5-hour event with Dan Doyle. It'll be English speaking first up at the Chatswood RSL Club. And yet again, same date, 24th of March. And there'll also be a Chinese event just for over an hour where Dan will be presenting. There will be an interpreter. So double check on the ASEA AU Diamonds Facebook page so that you can see any updated information on that. Here's an example of how to get to the events. You go ASEA AU Diamond events, and this is how all the events will come up. You can buy tickets directly that way, and you can also get tickets this way through the Facebook page. So it's really easy for you to find out ways to get tickets. It's been streamlined. Okay, it's important to save the date. We had a phenomenal, as you know, for those in attendance, event over the 2 days on the Gold Coast. Because of costing, it's going to be back on the Gold Coast again. It'll be the 23rd, 24th of February. Registration will be open soon. We're likely to have it open just before or in time for the ASEA VIA Core different venues, etc., across the country. Neglected to mention that in Perth, it's going to be the 24th of March, 7 o'clock for a 7:30 p.m. start in Inaloo. And Seppenyeska will be presenting there, and all details will be added to the links and the Facebook pages mentioned on Monday as well. So
just on this note, Look, we booked very early.
Oh, yeah.
You might want to go ahead and make your reservations. In fact, at the Meriton, you can make a reservation without paying up front, and you can get the best price.
Yeah, so for example, I booked in June last year for February, and it was 150 a night. A few days before the event, it went up to 425 a night. So it's definitely worth just getting the reservation made. Okay, so as we know, with the April Asia pre-launch tour dates with Tyler, Chuck Funky and Jaron Webb, most of you I'm sure know this, but we're keeping it up there for new people on the line today as well, to be able to be on that tour and experience that journey. It's amazing. These rooms are already filling up. In terms of these locations, I should say, Dan's been over there right now, and it's been absolutely phenomenal, the growth that we're witnessing in ASEA in these countries. Okay, so GoPro Recruiting Mastery, keep this on your radar for the Gold Coast, July 13th. We don't know details of times as yet, but we've got tickets for that. We're going, this is the premier network marketing event when it comes to education and mastery that there is in our industry. So thankfully he's coming out to Australia for our benefit. A lot more inexpensive to get to the Gold Coast than it is to fly over to Las Vegas. And of course, we've got more and more people qualifying at Diamond to come to the Diamond Summit this year in Ireland. Really looking forward to that. So just keep that on your radar. It's going to be, well, it's my favorite event. It's amazing. And of course, the ASEA Global Convention, September 6th to the 9th in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. So if you enrolled as an associate within the past 90 days, you can purchase your convention ticket for only $179 US. You need to call customer support to be able to do that. And otherwise it's $299 US.
Big decisions are made at big events, and ASEA throws a major, they throw a major party, and the information is going to be sensational. So definitely get your new people to take advantage of this better price as well.
Absolutely. So what we'll do is we'll just say thank you so much. It's been a longer webinar today. We really hope we added value, and we're so blessed to have been able to feature Chuck and Tammi, and of course Larry. Thank you so much again, Larry, for that team special for us. We're excited to take advantage of that and work with you. And what we'll do is we'll stop the recording. There's a couple of questions in the chat box, then we'll address those. So have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Thank you so much for joining us from all around the world. We're so excited to be able to hang out with you guys and meet you in person. So reach out anytime, and we'll see you really soon.
Okay, we'll stop the recording, and there's some questions here, so we'll answer those.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.